This is the fastest event in swimming. Blink and you'll miss it, the men's 50 freestyle. We have some heavy hitters in this race that will be going toe-to-toe in Paris for the title of the fastest man in the world. So, who might come out on top? These are the 10 fastest swimmers in the world this year that will have a chance to swim the event in Paris. Leading the way is Cam McAvoy with a 21:13 that he posted in the prelims of the 2024 Swimming World Championships. Just behind McAvoy is Ben Proud with his 21:25 from the British Olympic trials. In the third position is Vladislav Bukov with his time of 21:38 from the semifinals of 2024 Worlds. Bukov would go on to win the world title with a 21:44 in the final. In fourth is a mainstay in this event, Caeleb Dressel, with a 21:41 from the US Olympic trials. Dressel is the defending Olympic champion in this event. Rounding out the top 5 is Dressel's training partner, Josh Liendo, with his 21:48 from the Canadian Olympic trials. And as is expected, the margins in this event become razor thin very quickly. Florent Monadou is just 4 hundredths behind Liendo, with the difference between the next 5 swimmers just 15 hundredths of a second. Looking at the splits of the top 5 swimmers, we can see that McAvoy was out the fastest at 21:13, and this segment is actually pretty useless for a 50, isn't it? But our fastest swimmer this season is coming off some pretty strong performances in this event. McAvoy's had a massive resurgence this Olympic cycle, now specializing in the 50 free. He first turned heads at the 2023 Australian Worlds team trials, where he ripped a massive 21:27 in the prelims of the event. Before that swim, his personal best sat at 21:55 from back in 2017. After McAvoy added time in the finals to win the event in 21:41, still under his former best time, some had doubts that McAvoy would be able to repeat that swim in the World Championships final, and he didn't. He was faster. In the finals of the event, he blasted a 21:06 to become the world champion by over half a second over runner-up Jack Alexey. That swim set a new record for the largest margin of victory in that event in a world's final, formerly held by Dressel with a 0.41 second margin of victory in 2019. That swim now ranks McAvoy as the 4th fastest performer of all time, just 2 hundredths behind Dressel. McAvoy also contested this event at the 2024 World Championships, but as you may recall, he was not able to defend his world title. In the prelims, McAvoy looked very good, swimming his world-leading time of 21:13. He added to a 21:23 in the semis, which would still be the #1 time in the world as well. But in the final, he added time again, and was outtouched by Bukov by 1/100th, losing his world title in the process. McAvoy clearly has the ability to swim this event stupidly fast, and has proven that he is very much capable of performing when it matters in the final, but he has to make sure that he hits his fastest time in the finals in Paris if he wants to earn the title of Olympic champion. And speaking of Olympic champion, defending Olympic champion Caeleb Dressel is in the midst of his first full season back after his withdrawal from the 2022 World Championships. Before his break from the pool, Dressel was a force in this event. After missing the Olympic team in the event in 2016, he was back with a vengeance in 2017, winning the world title in 21:15. And again in 2019, Dressel ripped a 21:04 to defend his world title and land himself as the 3rd fastest performer in history. At the 2021 Tokyo Olympics, Dressel was crowned the Olympic champion in the event with a 21:07, and despite it being the shortest of his 3 individual races, this was his largest margin of victory in any of his individual events. Now that Dressel has secured his individual berth in this event to defend his title, we'll get to see what form he's in. If he's near his best, he could very well win this event in back-to-back Olympics. Another swimmer with quite the history in this event is Ben Proud, currently ranking as the 2nd fastest in the world this year. Proud had massive strides in this event back in 2018. First, he went a 21:16 for a new personal best before dropping to a 21:11 just a couple of months later. At the time, that made Proud the 3rd fastest performer ever, and today still ranks him at 5th. Proud is also a constant medal threat in this event. After finishing 5th at both the 2019 World Championships and again at the Tokyo Olympics, Proud came back to win a world title in the event in 2022. He then followed that up with bronzes in 2023 and 2024. Proud's season best time of 21:25 comes from the British Olympic trials, and that swim is actually the fastest he's been since his 21:11 from 6 years ago. If he's able to return to that kind of speed, the rest of the field better watch out. Another swimmer with a notable history in this event is France's Florent Monadou. Monadou is the 6th fastest fastest performer in the history of this event with a blazing 21:19 that earned him a world title back in 2015. For the past couple of years, Manadu's been pretty consistent. He was 21:55 to win the silver in Tokyo, 21:56 in 2023, and 21:52 so far this season. We of course can't neglect to mention the reigning world champion in this event, Vladislav Bukov. Bukov pulled off quite the upset at the Doha World Championships to win the world title over the defending champion McAvoy. Not only did Bukov take down such a talented swimmer in this event, he also dropped some massive lifetime best times in doing so. At the 2023 World Championships, Bukov placed 9th out of the semis, tied with Ryan Held. During a swim-off to determine the first alternate, Bukov set a new personal best of 21:70, but was beaten by just 2/100ths. Fast forward to early 2024, and Bukov smashed that personal best in the semifinals with a 21:38, and in the final he managed a 21:44 compared to McAvoy's 21:45. Could Bukov recreate that upset once more in Paris? Only time will tell. One thing that I'm very excited for in this race is the long-awaited showdown between McAvoy and Dressel. Cameron McAvoy has rebuilt himself as a brand new swimmer that is able to rip fast 50s time and time again. But he emerged that way while Dressel was taking some time away from the sport. Now that Dressel is back in the mix, we'll finally get to see these two go head to head. And surrounding these two are tons of crazy fast and talented swimmers. And since it's the 50 free, just about anything can happen. Who do you think will win the gold in Paris? And how fast do you think they're gonna go? Let me know down below. And also let me know what event you want to see previewed next before the 2024 Paris Olympics are here for real.